the way you live, and I see the way you love. I want to live like you. I want to love the way you do, and I don't wanna wait forever. I know that your plans are greater. I am ready now, 'cause there's nothing better. Oh, and now I
plan for you. And when I think of plans, I think of IKEA furniture, because I love assembling IKEA furniture. I know I'm a rare breed because I know it drives a lot of people nuts, but I love it. But for kids, it's got to be Legos, right? And that was one of our tracks that was such a hit that midway through the week we had to move it out of the classroom and just spread it out in the loading dock area. We had like over 40 kids doing the Lego track. So if you were one of the kids that did the Lego track, I want to invite you to come up, raise your hand, and I'll call on you. Molly, you can come on up. We have any other kids here? You can come on up, buddy. And Micah, come on up. And tell you what, Cole, why don't you come on up? Cole was one of our youth leaders for that track. So let's get another girl up here. We have any other girls? Any other girls that did the Lego track? Here, Jalen, you can come on up. So you guys come on up, and here's what we're going to do. The band's going to lead us in a song called Good Always, and the chorus goes like this. I will walk in the plans that you have for me. I will follow, trust, and obey. So that's a good song for this kind of message, to live like God has a plan for you. And as the band is playing their song, you guys can get into your Lego kits and start working on it and build it. And then when the band's done, we're going to see what you guys built. All right? So get to it.
If you'd like to stand up with us, feel free to. I know you might not all know this song, but that's okay. We can try it together anyway. Your kids know it.
Even before the sun and stars caught fire, even before the earth and sky were made, you had a purpose and a plan for my life. You held my heart and you knew my name. So I will walk in the place that you have for me. I will follow, trust and obey. No matter where this journey may lead me, I know you are good always. From highest mountains to the deepest oceans, you have created everything we see. Still you have made me unlike any other. Nothing compares to your love for me. I will walk in the place that you have for me. I will follow, trust and obey. No matter where this journey may lead me, I know you are good always. Faithfully and wonderfully created, we're all masterpieces to show the world the love of God. Fearfully and wonderfully created, we're all masterpieces to show the world the love of God. Yeah, fearfully and wonderfully created, we're all masterpieces to show the world the love of God. I will walk in the plans that you have for me. I will follow, trust and obey. I will walk in the plans that you have for me. I will follow, trust and obey. No matter where this journey may lead me, I know you are good always. I will walk in the plans that you have for me. I will follow, trust and obey. No matter where this journey may lead me, I know you are good always. I know you are good always. I know you are good always.
All right. What do we have here? I know that we had some technical difficulties with the packaging. It looks like Cole is working on a race car. He's almost done with it. Jalen, what are you working on? Oh, Jalen has a helicopter. And Micah? Micah, what are you building here? A tank? Oh, a super tank. That is cool. Not just a tank, but a super tank. And what are you working on, bud? You've got a police car? Very cool. All right, here's what we're going to do, guys. You get to keep these Lego kits, so go ahead and bag them up, and then you can take them home with you to finish, all right? And I'll take your trash. As you can tell, the Lego track was very intense. We heard like the clinking of like scraping through the Lego bin. We heard that throughout the entire building. They were just very intense with it. So.
Well, we want to greet all of you that are first-time visitors with us today. We are blessed that you have shared your little people with us. We serve a God that said, "Bring the little ones to me," and we take that very serious. That God is the God that tells little ones to come to Him, and in fact, He wants us to come as little children so that we totally can embrace His love. And so if you're visiting today, the only thing we'd ask you to do, take a moment, fill out the attendance slip located in your bulletin. The rest of you, there is a whole plethora of opportunities listed in the inside of the bulletin. It's all announcements in there this week, and you don't want to miss out on anything. And in fact, on the back side of the fantasy football sign-up is the opportunity to be a part of our grand opening weekend. For the folks who worship here on a regular basis, we love this part of the service. This is when we get to say back to God, "Thank you so much. You have blessed us in so many wonderful ways." We do that assessment of our life and how the blessing and the favor of God continues to radiate through us. And so we give back now with glad and generous hearts to the work of God's glorious kingdom in our midst. And so we do so with celebration and joy. If at this time the preschoolers and the preschool leaders can come forward, we have our In the Know video. Kids, come on up if you're in preschool.
Hi, I'm Tammy Neal, and I'm the Pierce Project Manager. And this is In the Know.
Come and see this Labor Day weekend, September 1st through 3rd. It's the Pierce Upland United Methodist Church Grand Opening Celebration Weekend. On Saturday, September 1st, from 4 to 6 p.m. is an employee tour and buffet dinner for former Pierce and current Avis employees, including a private tour of the factory, complimentary buffet dinner, and a Pierce Wall of Memories exhibit. On Sunday, September 2nd at 8:30 and 10:30 a.m. is a celebration worship service. Celebrate what God has done through a service of worship and baptism. On Sunday, September 2nd from 2 to 4 p.m. is a community open house where local community is invited to come and see the newly renovated church space. If you'd like to help, you can sign up in today's bulletin. We'll need greeters, tour guides, those to help with setup and teardown, a safety team, and cookie bakers. Come and see this Labor Day weekend.
And now you're in the know.
Isn't this a great group of kids up here? You know, Pastor Rob invited the preschool leaders to come kind of help assist the kids get up here. And obviously we don't have all the preschool leaders with us this morning, which is okay. But we also don't have all the preschoolers with us this morning, which is also okay because we had over 70 preschoolers going through our classrooms. So our leaders did an awesome job. We had Dana and Dory leading the operation and several others, Ann and Lisa, they're up here. But we had a lot of people helping with the preschool area, and they did a fantastic job. One of those leaders is Hannah Geisler. She is going into 6th grade, is that right? Going into 6th grade, and she actually led the worship time for the preschoolers and did a fantastic job. And I told her when she was practicing, I said, so you know, you're going to have like over 60 preschoolers. And her eyes kind of bugged out a little bit. And I said, and the other thing is I want you to teach them a song so that when we come back, you're going to sing to a couple hundred people. And she was like, I can do that. And she has done a great job, as you'll see.
I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna
I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I cannot keep it to myself. I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I cannot keep it to myself. So I throw my hands up and wave them side to side. I throw my hands up and give you a high five. I throw my hands up and wave them side to side. I throw my hands up and give you a high five. 'Cause Jesus is alive. I know that Jesus is alive. Jesus is alive. We're singing Jesus is alive. Jesus is alive. I know that Jesus is alive. Jesus is alive. I know that Jesus is alive.
Great job. You guys did awesome. I saw you doing the motions and everything. Very good. You guys can start to make your way down the stairs, and our preschool leaders will help you find your parents again. Great job. Didn't Hannah do great? Your kids may have told you about a segment of our jam session where we picked out an awesome kid and leader of the day. And that awesome kid or that awesome leader got to wear a cape around for the rest of the night so everyone knew that they were awesome. But today, I want to just take a moment and acknowledge all of the awesome leaders because we had over 100 and you guys rocked it. I could not have done any of this without your help. Obviously, I can't be in more than one place at one time, but there were so many of you as I was walking around during the small group time where you really took ownership of your role and you far exceeded the basic expectations that were set upon you. You started getting your own ideas and integrating those. So I'd like for you to stand if you served in the area of snacks. If you served in the area of snacks, go ahead and stand up. If you served in preschool or nursery, stand up. By the way, the nursery workers were in the nursery for over 3 hours each night, watching all the workers' kids. They are the superheroes behind the scenes. Yeah, give it up for them. If you were a track leader or a small group leader, please stand up. Track leader or small group leader. One of the cool things about the small group leaders is they had about a 45-minute block of time every night, every day of the week, so they really got to build some relationships with your kids. If you helped with building security, please stand up. Building security or welcome or check-in, that was very much appreciated. One of the things that I loved about that is they had the bright green vests on, and even though we didn't have many issues at all throughout the week, we could have had some issues if people didn't come in and see that, oh, they're really taking this serious. So they were on patrol in very good ways. They were very prevalent throughout the facility. If you helped in youth, please stand up. I know that Scott Berger should be standing up. He's back at the soundboard. But we had a great youth time. They had over 30 kids in youth meeting in the loading dock. If you helped with the band or were a motions leader, please stand up. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And my wife is not here this morning, but if you know my wife, be sure you give her a big thanks because she worked overtime at taking care of the kids so that I could spend long time here, and she did a really great job. She was very supportive. She worked last night, so she's sleeping right now, a well-deserved rest, but she did an awesome job. So thank you once again for serving. There were so many people who decorated and helped provide meals for those decorators, but you guys did an awesome job. I'm really thankful for your service.
So I just learned something this morning. I'm a colorblind person, and I just learned that these vests were green. I thought they were yellow all week long. I really am colorblind. You don't think I am? Huh? Are they yellow or are they green? Grello. Okay. Anyway, one of our longest term members just graduated this past week, Josephine Miller, at age 101, and her birthday she's going to get to celebrate from the other side our homecoming to this new place and her homecoming to her eternal home. Her funeral service will be on Saturday, and visitation is on Friday. So if you would like to be a part of that time of remembrance of one of the saints who have gone on to glory. Also, our partner church today to lift up in prayer is Jefferson Christian Church. And during the offering, when the offering time comes, there's going to be the offering buckets for the boys and the girls, and it's specifically going to the Haiti Mission Initiative to put some food in these kids' stomachs to continue to teach them a skill set on how to be sew and earn a viable income, that kind of thing. So I want to encourage you to be a part of that offering time. And so I think the buckets will be here. Are the buckets going to be here? Okay. Let's pray over this time together. Lord Jesus, thank you so much. Thank you for new beginnings. Thank you for graduations. Thank you for little people that matter to you, and so they matter to us. We join our hearts with our friends at Jefferson Christian today. Pray for Pastor Connie as she proclaims the good news that lost people would be found and broken people would be healed, and your glorious kingdom would come. Would you in our hearts and minds with them and with brothers and sisters around the world today as we pray the prayer you taught us, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Well, if you would prayerfully give today, we would support and celebrate that with you as you are part of God's Kingdom Initiative. The kids' offering is right up here, so kids, you could come up during this video.
Haiti occupies the western third of the Caribbean island of Hispaniola, while the eastern two-thirds of the island is the Dominican Republic. While Haiti may be relatively small in size geographically, Haiti is more densely populated than India. Haiti is also recognized as the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. 50% of the population is considered destitute, while much of the other 50% are considered poor. The Upland United Methodist Church became involved in helping provide meals of rice and beans for children attending the Plain Mapu school. Some of the children often go several days at a time, having only the rice and bean meal that is served at the school. However, the school is only able to provide 2 to 4 meals per week for the students, and the children are oftentimes still hungry. The school enrollment has grown to more than 400 students. They don't turn away any child who shows up to learn, even if that child comes from another village. The cost of a meal is typically $1 or less in this remote mountain village. However, cost factors include the rice, beans, and charcoal needed to build fire, but also fuel costs for transporting food up the mountain by truck. In recent years, fuel costs for Haiti have been more than $10 per gallon, and economic instability can cause the price of rice to triple overnight. Malnutrition, rickets, and other maladies are common, but the school meals are making a difference for many children. The children are also taught about Jesus along with their other school subjects, and they're able to do better in school on the days they receive something to eat. Other ways that the Upland community has supported our Haitian brothers and sisters is by providing livestock such as donkeys or goats and helping to provide shoes. The offering that was collected after the Upland United Methodist Church's first Jingle Jam Family Christmas program in 2014 was enough to provide over 200 pairs of shoes to villagers in this mountainous region of Haiti. The Vacation Bible School offering focus this year will continue to help provide basic needs of food for children who aspire to learn and grow. As we learn to live fully alive during this year's theme, may we also be moved to give fully and generously to those in need.
The day 4 message that the kids learned about was live like people matter. They looked at the early church and how Jesus had introduced this new way of living of love others as I have loved you. And the early church believers were sharing all of their belongings with each other. They were living in community, and they were living like people matter. And that's one of the reasons why we give to Haiti, so that the kids can actively participate in a way that lives like other people matter. That here in America, we have all these luxuries that we so often take for granted, but in other countries, they're just wondering when their next meal might come. So thank you so much for sending money along with your kids where they can give, thinking in mind about how other people matter, even those in Haiti. Day 5, we talked about live like you're part of a bigger story. One of the things that's out there in the hallway across from the kids' craft activities is a small group activity where each kid got a big square of cardstock, and they drew what was memorable to them throughout the week at VBS. And as I hung those up on the wall last night, I was just really amazed by the diversity of all the kids' interests. There were kids who said they liked the science track. There were kids who said they liked the dance track. There were kids who liked the worship. There were kids who liked the extreme games. And there's all this incredible diversity of the interests of kids. And that's really what I wanted to get at with all the different track offerings. And it worked out really well. But that's what I love so much about the body of Christ and the fact that we're part of a bigger story is we all have diverse interests, we all have diverse backgrounds, but in Christ we're all together one. Just to share a little bit about the science track, because I know there were some serious scientists who went to the science track every day. I know Isaac Felger was one of them, and I'd see him kind of come out of the assembly after watching the video for the workers' kids, and he'd be going up there and he'd say, Isaac, where are you going, bud? The science track, and he'd have that twinkle in his eye. And the science track was one of those ones where, you know, it's science. And what's great about that is if an experiment doesn't work out, it's science, right? So that's where you start to diagnose, okay, what went wrong and all that, and then you hypothesize how you could make it better. But that was another track that I just want to spotlight that worked out really well. Even if not every experiment worked out, the kids really enjoyed it. On the last day, we did a really cool balloon experiment, and we talked about the story of Paul. And there was a black balloon that we put inside of a clear balloon, and that kind of represented the story of Paul or Saul. He had this darkness in his heart where he was going after Christians. But on the road to Damascus, he encountered a bright light. So what the kids did is they went outside having the black balloon inside of the clear balloon, and they went out in the sun, and they held up a magnifying glass and caught the sun through the magnifying glass, and it went through the clear balloon, and it popped the black balloon that was inside. It was really cool. It worked out really well. The kids loved it, and then they all got to take home this balloon with another balloon inside of it that had been popped. But through all those different science experiments, we kind of were able to share different ways that little illustration tied into the daily message. And also, speaking of stories, I know a lot of kids on their activity out there, they wrote about how much they liked the skits. And in fact, we kind of had these cliffhangers at the end of each day. And Thursday, they thought the skit was over. But then we had another big cliffhanger. And when the actors cleared the stage, you could hear the kids groan. What? It's not over? So we're going to conclude that right now.
Dewey Cheatham and my partner here today in the booth with me, award-winning, and nobody can compete with, my dear friend and lifelong partner in the booth here is Noah Nada. Noah, what do you have to say for today's events? Are you excited about the...
I am looking forward to it. We got some average competitors. Should be interesting to watch how they hold up.
Well, speaking of holding up, we're going to be holding up the competition right now. Apparently some of the competitors, I'm not saying which team, has complained about the inclement weather, saying that this is supposed to be fun and they don't want to go out in the rain. What do you think about that?
Well, just like in canoeing, when you're running, the water has an impact on the event, so we'll see how it works out.
It would be very similar to canoeing and water having an impact on the event. I know that some of these teams have been really practicing hard, but you know what? Hard practice doesn't cover talent. Well, here at the Danger Dash, a lot of these teams have been really thinking about this for, well, ever since last year when the Pain Train brought it and owned this whole competition. I wonder if they practiced their victory dance yet.
Well, and I'm not sure.
Have you practiced your victory dance?
Yeah, I got it's just like this.
Oh.
That's all I got.
Okay. You're not dabbing.
I'm not.
No dabbing.
I got short on.
Oh, my goodness, great googly moogly. That's going to leave a mark. What do you think?
Yep, it will.
If you're not making it around the turn quite as fast as you ought, get yourself a slowpoke. That goes out to my friends on the Pink Panthers. Slowpoke. When you're needing to take an extra long break.
Come on, Wayne! Let's do this!
Discrepancy means things don't match up. Oh, so is this about the bike?
You got it. You know something?
Well, Dwayne used my bike, but I let him.
So, my assistant was right. Why the bike change?
Well, a few days ago, my bike went missing. I assumed it was stolen. And Sadie told me that I could use her bike, even though it's girly.
Well, at least it was a set of wheels.
Are you sure it was stolen? We could maybe make an exception.
I
can't make an exception. Furthermore, this admission of guilt means disqualification for the Pink Panthers.
Disqualified? Why?
You just confessed to tampering with the other team's equipment.
So, wait a second. So, if the Pink Panthers don't win, and the paint train doesn't win, who wins?
According to my assistant, the next team to finish was the Old Dogs.
The Old Dogs?
Old Dogs.
Where's the Old Dogs?
Old Dogs? What?
You're the winners of this year's Nature Dash Big Obstacle Course. Come on out.
Do you even know these guys? We haven't even seen them. I don't even know.
There's the Old Dogs. Congratulations.
You know, I know. It's true. It's true. They don't have much time left.
So, Dwayne, I'm really sorry. You know, I should have let you know what happened when you first questioned us. Your hunch was right.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we all start going out and investigating and find out what really happened to Dwayne's bike?
Yeah, that's the least we can do to make things right again.
You know what? That is a good idea. But I've got a better one. How about me and the fellas take you out for some ice cream? Rules violation or not, the Pink Panthers are the real winners in my book.
We don't have real ice cream right now for you all, but we do have another special treat for you. We are going to wrap up the program today with one of the kids' favorite songs of the week, Church Clap. If the kids who did a dance track and learned the motions to Church Clap, you guys can come on up and let's get to it. Let's show your parents how awesome you are.
Church mother in a church hat clap. Man, that sugar gave her color purple coming back clap. When that whole week beat you up and stress you, but you hear that organ playing and remind you of your blessings. And on another note, she just hit another note. Chills down my spine, got me crying, make me overload. You don't know about it though. Old school church hymns, deacons get the humming, now the drummer finna burst in. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Can you hear me now? Church close, sweater, you don't care, you just get it now. Testify how we made martyrs out of these fathers and rose up all of his daughters to glorify him with honor. Man, I swear Thomas Jones with a head did. Now it's flying everywhere. She don't care what her head did. She his feet. I wanna do the type of shows that the Lord wanna see. What I mean, if I can make the whole church clap, it ain't a clap in the heavens, then that clap's just a clap, clap. For his son glorified, sin mortified. The Holy Spirit going word, that truth ain't watered down. It's sound doctrine, gets birthed in the common now. Nothing wrong with singing loud, but that ain't where the power's found. On the church has been clapping at weak sermons, leaving the weak hurt. No one's changed by Sunday service. We need discernment, check what you be affirming, cause the church can be full of members but empty in conversion. Preach the gospel and stand back, look for changed lives, not for hate class. Love people well, oh they can't stand at the church, just the church with the words where we stand. Give me that God Almighty, that good old Bible, that old school doctrine. Give me that truth for the body, ain't nothing new about it, but it's still full of power. Church clap, let me hear the church clap. 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 Come on.
Now, I'm just curious, how many of you, what's that? Oh, we have this right there. There you go. I'm curious, how many of you have been bugged for the last few days by your kids saying, we got to be there at church on Sunday because we're going to do church clap? I know that there were some kids that came in at the cafe and they were like, so we're doing church clap today, right? It's like, yes, we will. So, didn't they do awesome, though? That was great. We are wrapping things up very quickly, but we do have some numbers updates. The kids know that we have an offering contest and we have a team challenge contest going on. I have just been given the latest numbers for the boys versus girls offering challenge. I must say we came awfully close to $1,000, so give it up for the outpouring. So what I have right now is boys gave $147.26, and girls gave $123.18. But if you're Jacob Felger or any other kind of math brain, you know that doesn't add up to $1,000. Those were today's offering totals. The grand totals, which you are probably more interested in, is boys $461.96, girls $523.82, which means only one thing. I'm going to get wet. Adam Miller's going to get wet. And any other guy leader who wants to earn some major brownie points for the kids in your groups, we're going to run through the Danger Dash at the end of service. So it'll be just like you're leaving at a wedding. Go out to the main doors out there and line the sidewalks like you're leaving for a wedding. And then all the guy leaders, myself, Adam, any other guy leader who wants to run the Danger Dash, we're going to run through. We have water balloons and squirt guns set out there. So, one more numbers update. We have the team points total standings. Now, before we reveal that, I do believe I have some assistants, and they actually have the official Amped Small Group Team Prize on site with us. And come on out, guys. Don't be shy. Now, under the tablecloth is the prize, and it has been customized to reflect this year's winning team. So when the cover is pulled off, you will see which team is the winner of this year's team challenge. You guys ready? Let's do a little drum roll here. And blue team wins! Way to go, blue team. So here's what we're going to do. As you leave, we are going to set the skateboard out at the welcome counter as you leave, and anyone who is on the blue team can get a Sharpie and sign their name on it, especially the leaders. I want to make sure the blue team leaders get their names on there as well. Here are the final point standings for the team challenge. Or not, never mind. Blue team wins. All right. We are going to close things out with a song called I Will Follow. And as we get ready to do that, I want to recap this week's memory verse. This week's memory verse is from John chapter 10, verse 10. It says, I have come so they may have life. I want them to have it in the fullest possible way. When I think about this verse, it's not just about a moment. It's not just about a week of kids learning about Jesus, but it's about a whole lifetime of relationship with Jesus. And that's what I want to challenge you with today. The band is going to play a song called I Will Follow. And I know there were several kids today or last week who came to know Jesus and decided to make a first-time commitment to follow Jesus. But it's not just a momentary thing. It's a process. It's a long-term process to have life in the fullest possible way. We constantly want to be following Jesus day by day. And that's what we're doing to disciple your kids week after week in the life of our church. So stand with us and sing, and then we'll see you outside for the Danger Dash.
If you walk on water, you can walk beside me. If you heal the blind, and you can make me see. If you make the lame to walk, if you calm the seas, I will follow you with all of me. Singing Jesus, Jesus, you saved my soul. You gave my heart new life, and now I know that when my life gets hard, I know just what to do. I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow. Oh, 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 oh. If you walk on water, you can walk beside me. If you heal the blind, then you can make me see. If you make the lame to walk, if you calm the seas, I will follow you with all. I will follow you with all of me. Singing Jesus, Jesus, you saved my soul. You gave my heart new life, and now I know that when my life gets hard, I know just what to do. I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow. You've got power over sickness. You've got power over pain. You've got power over nature. You've got power in your name. You are stronger than temptation. You are stronger than my sin. You are strong enough to save us, 'cause you died and rose again. You are patient. You are loving. You are faithful. You are true. You came down to give us life, and now we live to follow you. Singing Jesus, Jesus, you saved my soul. You gave my heart new life, and now I know that when my life gets hard, I know just what to do. I will follow you. I will follow you. Singing Jesus, Jesus, you saved my soul. You gave my heart new life, and now I know that when my life gets hard, I know just what to do. I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
If you'll remain standing and put your hands out so that you may receive the benediction. Pastor Rob tells us this all the time at the end of service. In order to receive something, you need to put your hands out. So, with the grace of God and the love of God, go forth and live fully alive. We'll see you outside at the front doors. Thank you so much.
If you heal the blind, then you can make me see. If you make the lame to walk, if you calm the seas, I will follow you with all of me. 'cause you died and rose again. You are patient, you are loving, you are faithful, you are true. You came down to give us life.